Welcome back. This is a two-series videos on how to find job in Canada easily and what your employer needs to do. In the first part series, we talked about what website to go to, which is jobbank.ca and indeed.ca. Those are the famous job sites that you could look for jobs. What you need to do with your CV or resume in order to increase your chances. In this video, we will touch a little bit on that aspect as what you, the employee, needs to do and what questions your employer could ask you. Now, another thing I did mention is that make sure that you provide your CV or your resume in order to match what they are looking for. So let's say you worked as let's say office administrator, or let's say IT specialist. You know how to do website, or you know how to use, I know those IT, you know your language, JavaScript, you know Laravel, you know all those kind of, or you know a bookkeeping, you're an accountant, you know how to prepare proposals, budget, income statements, cash flow statements, and all that. Any area that you work, you know the jargons, you know all the things that you do on your day-to-day basis. Look at the jobs that are advertised and look at the ones that fall within the areas that you have experience in. Sometimes we cannot fill everything on a CV, so what we do on a day-to-day basis is not everything that is on the CV, but you will look at certain requirements that the employer wants. Let's say we want somebody who is able to use QuickBooks for accounting. We want somebody who would be able to use WordPress in preparing website, or we need somebody who would be able to work standing on their feet for 10 hours or 8 to 10 hours packing. We need somebody who will be able to lift or to work in extreme weather conditions whereby there is heat in a greenhouse or a little bit cold on the road. Any of those things. If you think you have all those skills, look at the skills that the experience you had in the past and then put it over there and say previous work experience, for example, ABC Limited, worked in accounting position, used QuickBooks to prepare income state, to record regular day-to-day invoices, prepare payroll, prepare cash flow statement, do budget analysis, do negotiations, and all those kind of things. So make sure that some of those things that you've done in the past is the same as what the employer is looking for. If I am an employer and I'm going to recruit, those are the things I'll look for, and I'll look at, okay, do you have the necessary education that is being advertised? Do you have the work experience? How do you convince the employer to employ you? So those are the things that you do. When that is done, make sure that you provide a cover letter. That is very important. Write a cover letter, very short. Dear recruiting officer or dear HR managers, so and so, what is advertised? Those are the things. My name is this. I would like to submit an application for the position advertised on jobbank.ca. I have so and so level of years of experience. I'm a graduate with a bachelor's degree, or I'm just a high school certificate holder. I've worked in this location, this so and so. Write a very summary letter to say that this is what I'm able to do. I would be available via phone or Zoom since I'm currently not in Canada. I will be readily available to process my immigration document, my work permit, through my representative. So you may contact me in that case if you need an assistant to help you with a work permit and all that. Tell the employer, make it easy for them to know that, okay, you have somebody who is authorized regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I live in the province of Alberta. My name is Stephen, if I've not already told you. So you can contact me if that job is offered to you. So tell the employer those kind of things, because sometimes employers are looking at, if I give you the job, you are living in overseas, it's going to take very long time. How do we even go about all these things? Let them know that the person that is going to represent you is in Canada, is going to be able to talk to them if needed, and then you would You would also be reached on Zoom. As I said, it's a video conferencing app that you can use, an application you can use to do your interviews. You can use Teams by Microsoft. There are so many apps that is there. Just provide a few of them. Zoom, Teams, most of the companies use that here in Canada. And they would tell you, okay, we would like to invite you for an interview and so and so. If they invite you for an interview, please make sure that you research the company, you research what kind of application you've submitted, what are the requirements, and then you would perform very well in that interview. Put up a smile, be friendly, don't sit so stiff, don't be timid. Make sure your response in that interview is able to convince the employer that you're a team worker, you're able to do the task that will be given to you, you're able to work individually. I mean, you know what you are capable of doing, but the friendly nature, not too friendly and be relaxed and be laughing loud and things like that. But you know what I mean. You know, don't go to an interview and then laugh and then there's still a balance that you need to achieve. So take all those things into consideration. I've been attended an interview as a person. I've interviewed people. I've also been in a panel. My previous position, I was a finance manager. I was part of a recruiting team in my previous company before I started working for myself fully as a consultant now. So I've met people come to an interview and they are more relaxed, and people do not even remember what they submitted for. They will be asking, so which company is this? What am I supposed to do? Right there, we know that you are not ready for the positions that you are applying for. So remember to do that part and take it very serious. So those are the things I will tell you. Now, the employer. For an employer to employ somebody from overseas, what do they need to do? They need to prove to the government of Canada that they've not found anybody who is a Canadian permanent resident. They've not found anybody who is a Canadian citizen before they will be allowed to employ a foreigner or a foreign worker who would come as a temporary foreign worker. So how do they do that? They have to advertise the position that they are looking for on Job Bank for a number of times. They have to keep it there for about a month and still be running when they submit for labor market impact assessment application. They would also have to advertise the same position in a couple of other two places, either on Kijiji, either on Indeed, or either on Facebook, or their company website. It is a very strict rule and requirement that governs the LMIA application. They have to meet all of that before LMIA will be granted to them. Now, when the LMIA, which is the Labor Market Impact Assessment, is granted to them, which is through Service Canada, it is then that they will give you that document which you would use to apply for your work permit. LMI application for employers, they have to pay 1,000 Canadian dollars for processing of one application. They also have to meet so many requirements. They have to prove that they are capable of paying you. Their financial documents, their business license, corporation license, all those things to prove that we are a legitimate company and we would be able to pay this person. We will be able to go according to the rules and regulation of employment standards in Canada, not bring in a foreign worker and just abuse them or use them and not pay them. So all those things have to be met for Service Canada to be satisfied that this is a company who really need this person. There is a labor shortage problem. They've not been able to find anybody in Canada, and that is why they are looking out to employ you. So those are the things that has to be met before they get that labor market impact assessment. If they get a labor market impact assessment, it says decision a positive LMIA. That means you can use this to give to your person that you've employed to apply for work permit. That does not mean that with a labor market impact assessment, your work permit cannot be denied. It can still be denied if you do not do your application very well. When you get a company and you've been invited for an interview, I would want you to kindly contact us for any questions that you have. You can reach me on info at daskimmigration.com, info at daskimmigration.com. So those are the things. If you've been invited for an interview, contact us. We will check if the company that is inviting you for an interview is a genuine one, because there are a lot of scams going on. So all those things, we would help you with that. And then if you get the offer of employment, or you get a job offer to you, then we will help you with your work permit application. If you want to do it yourself too, we will be able to help you with all the things that you need to do, and just give you consultation and guidelines to do that. We could also take the whole application and submit it on your behalf to speed up your application. You could look at us up at on Google, and then find Dask Immigration Services. So there you are. These are the things that you need to do. You, the employee, you are looking for a job, so there is more required from you. That means you need to do more research. Do not send CVs or resumes just to employ just like that. Make sure you meet all the requirements they are looking for. Change all the things you've done in the past that match what they are looking for, provide it as the skills, send it to them. Remove unnecessary things from your CV. Those are your date of birth, marital status, your gender, and all those things. Put the relevant things that you think will help an employer make a decision. Don't submit a CV or resume which is 8, 9, 10 pages long. Employers do not have that time to look at it. Narrow everything down. 2 pages maximum will be good. If you're applying for a scholar or a professor positions, yes, you may submit up to that long, but try to narrow it down. Provide the other things during the interview. Ask them that you have additional information, skills, job highlights, and all those things you provide at the interview. So subscribe to our channel, share this to your friends and people, your colleagues that you think would need this video for their own education. And as always, hit the notification button, and then when we publish videos, you'll be able to see it. Stay tuned, enjoy the rest of your day, and stay safe. Bye bye.